Welcome in this session. In this session, we are going to play with some elementary functions. So playing with functions. Playing with functions. So this is a game I want us to play with the functions. So given f of x is 2x plus 3, find 1 f of 1, 2 f of 0, 3 f of 5. So let's solve this one and then we give more other problems. So the meaning of this, f of 1 means that where there's x, you put 1. So the f of 1 equals to 2 times 1 plus 3. So which will be 2 plus 3, which is 5. F of 0 means where there's x, you put 0. So it'll be 2 times 0 plus 3, which will be 0 plus 3, you get 3. F of 5 means where there's x, you put 5 plus 3. 2 by 5 is 10 plus 3 is 13. So that is what happens. And then game number 4 on the same function, f of t. And number 5, f of 2t. Number 6, find f of x plus 3. Number 7, find f of 2x squared plus 4. Number 8, find f of star. Nice one. So to solve for, remember we have been told that f of x is given by 2x plus 3. And the easiest way to play with this function is that understand them to be machines. So if what you are calling f of the function is a machine, and x is the input, and all the overall result you get is the output. So machine, whenever it is given an input, it processes the input and then gives the product. So we can even draw a triangle diagram here. So we have the input, we have the function is this machine, and then the output. Actually, the output has a special name in math called range, and the input has a special name called domain. Set of all the inputs is called domain. Set of all outputs is called range. So this machine called f, whenever it's given an input called x, it just multiplies that input by 2 and then adds 3. So it is the same thing that it will be operating on. That's how that machine is set in quotes. So f of t means that we are now giving this machine an input called t. So it will do the same job. It will take this input, multiplies by 2, and then adds 3. So therefore, the value of f of t will be 2t plus 3. So that's the answer to number 4. Number 5, f of 2t. Now what's happening is that we are giving our machine an input called 2t. It doesn't change the format. That's how it's been formatted. It will always multiply by 2, add 3. So the answer will be 2 times the input we are giving it, and then we add 3. So 2 by 2t will give us 40 plus 3. So that's what we have, 40 plus 3. And then number 5, that was number 5. Number 6, f of x plus 3. F is the same machine, which operates on the principle that whenever you give it any input, it multiplies by 2, then it adds 3. So when you give it x plus 3, it will do the same thing. It will take this input, x plus 3, multiplies it by 2, and then adds 3. And then you simplify. So 2 by x is 2x, 2 by 3 is 6, 2, then this is 3. Remember, this 2 is only affecting the input at this point here. You have 2x plus 9. And then next one is 2x squared plus 4. So f of 2x squared plus 4 is the same machine f. We give it any input, it multiplies by 2, adds 3. So it will multiply our input by 2, and then the result, it adds 3. So we'll get our answer as 4x squared plus 8 plus 3, which is 4x squared plus 8 plus 3 is 11. So this is the answer. And then f of star. The same machine, you give it any input, it multiplies by 2, and then adds 3. So it will be 2 star plus 3. Assume you are called Alex. If you say you want to define f of Alex, then for this machine, it will simply multiply this input called Alex by 2, and then adds 3. So this will be the answer. If you say f of the same function, f of Kenya, it will multiply our input called Kenya by 2, and then adds 3. If you want to define f of, say, God, it will multiply by 3, and then adds 3. I multiply by 2, and then adds 3. So that's really how we need to solve or to play with that function. 2, given that f of x equals to e raised to power x plus x squared plus 3, find f of 2. And then f of 0. So solution for this simply means f of 2, where there's x, we are replacing by 2. So it'll be e raised power 2 plus 2 squared plus 3. And this you can get from the calculator, e raised power 2 plus 2 squared plus 3. That will give you roughly 14.3890561. F of 0 means where there's x, we put 0, e raised power 0 plus 0 squared plus 3, which means we'll have e raised power 0, which is 1, plus 0 plus 3, which is 4. If we have to define f of t, if this is a given function, then it means that the input you are giving is t. So anywhere there's x, we put t. So it will be given by e raised power t plus t squared plus 3. If you were to define f of h, then if we have e raised to power h plus h squared plus 3. If you define f of h plus 3, then it means that we'll have e raised to power h plus 3 plus h plus 3 squared plus 3, which will be e raised to power h plus 3. This will be h squared plus 6h plus 9 plus 3, which will be e raised to power h plus 3 plus h squared plus 6h plus 12. So that's how we solve that. And then C on number 3, given that g of x is given by x squared plus 2x plus 1, find g of x plus h. Number 2, g of x plus h minus g of x. And number 3, g of x plus h minus g of x divided by h. Good. So once you have mastered the concept of a function, how you get different values of the function with different inputs, then it will be easier for you to evaluate this. So first part, g of x plus h. Now, for this case, our machine is g. When you give it any input called x, it multiplies, it traces it by 2, adds this twice the same input, and then adds 1. So when you give it x plus h, it does the same job. It will take that input x plus h squared plus twice the same input, and then we get plus 1, which will be, this will be x squared plus 2hx plus h squared, and then plus 2 times x is 2x plus 2h plus 1. So this is the answer to the first part. And the second part, g of x plus h minus g of x is simply, we have already defined g of x plus h as x squared plus 2hx plus h squared plus 2x plus 2h plus 1. And then you subtract g of x is already given as x squared plus 2x plus 1. Remember, you have to put this bracket so that you don't interfere with the signs. So which will be x squared plus 2hx plus h squared plus 2x plus 2h plus 1 minus x squared minus 2x minus 1. And then once we have opened the bracket, some terms will cancel out. You see this and this cancels out, this and this cancels out, plus 1 minus 1. So you will have g of x plus h minus g of x equals to 2hx plus h squared plus 2h. So lastly, g of x plus h minus g of x over h will be 2hx plus h squared plus 2h divided by h. And you see this one numerator, you can factorize h. So 2x plus h plus 2 divided by h. And so you cross this h and this h, and the answer will be 2x plus h plus 2. So this will be the solution to that given problem. And lastly, if you have f of x is given by 4x squared plus 2x plus 3, so given, find 1, f of 0, 2, f of k plus 1, 3, f of 2x plus 4. So here, f of 0 means where there's x, you put 0. So we'll have 4, 0 squared plus 2, 0 plus 3, which will be 4 times 0 is 0, plus 0 plus 3, which is 3. F of k plus 1 means where there's any x, we put k plus 1. So it will be 4 into k plus 1 squared plus 2 into k plus 1 plus 3, which will be 4 into k squared plus 2k plus 1 plus 2k plus 2 plus 3. And opening will give you 4k squared plus 8k plus 4 plus 2k plus 5. So which will just be 4k squared, 2k plus 8k is 10k, and then plus 9. And 2x plus 4, f of 2x plus 4 means where there's x, we put 2x plus 4. So we'll have 4 into 2x plus 4 squared plus 2 into 2x plus 4, and then plus 3. So we'll have 4 into 4x squared plus this 16x plus 16 plus 4x plus 8 plus 3. So this will be 16x squared. 4 by 16 is 64. 64 plus 4x. This is 11. And so finally, we'll have 16x squared plus 68x plus 75. And lastly, given f of x is 4x squared plus 3x minus 10, find f of 2x minus 4. So this simply means where this input x, we put x minus 4. So solution, f of x minus 4 will be 4 into 2x minus 4 squared plus 3 into 2x minus 4 minus 10. So let's simplify this. It will be 4 into 4x squared minus 16x plus 16 plus 6x minus 12 minus 10. So 16x squared minus, so 4 by 16 is 64. 64x plus 64 plus 6x, this will be minus 22. So the answer will be 16x squared minus 64 plus 6 minus 58 x, and then 64 will be plus 42. So this will be the final answer.